Hello guys, this is Frenzy from Dreaming of Power, bringing you a video today about the new building system in Arma 3 Epoch. It's a little bit different from that of Arma 2 Epoch because Arma 3 has this wonderful thing called physics. Gone are the days where we could build sky bases, cliffhangers, and things sticking in and out of the ground and other objects. So today we're going to explore and build this new system. Hopefully by the end you'll be able to build yourself your own little shack in the desert or wherever else you choose. This will be a general overview and tutorial, but I will be making more in-depth videos about specific areas as well. So let's get started. Alright, there are four main items to take note of. If you already play Arma 3 Epoch, then you may have already seen them. They are the foundation, the wooden floor, the studded wooden wall, and the frequency jammer. Now, a quick gist of these four objects: the foundation there is going to allow you to build level structures on unlevel ground. The wooden floor and the studded wooden wall is going to be the heart of your structure, of course the walls and the floor. And then the frequency jammer is going to do three things. It's going to disallow anyone from building within 300 meters of you. It's going to allow you to maintain your structure so it doesn't degrade away. And it's going to allow you to lock your doors. That way only you and your group members can actually access your base. Alright, so now that we know what we need, we just need to know how to make it. So inside of this SUV here, I have all the materials I will need to make my example structure, which is that guy right over there. So let's go ahead and take a look inside and see what we have. Alright, as you can see, I have all the materials I will need to build that structure I showed you earlier. You can get the wooden logs by chopping down trees with a hatchet. You can get the other items from various loot spawn locations on the map. So the first thing we'll need to do is move the wooden logs into our current inventory. Go over here, simply double click on them. And up here in the top right hand corner, you'll see the craftable items. You can either make a fireplace or lumber packs. Lumber packs is what we want. You're going to do that to every single set. It'll take 2 wooden logs in order to create a lumber pack. So just do this for every item. In my case, I'll end up with 30. Your results may differ. So I'll go ahead and make a few lumber packs here. Down here at the bottom, you see you have a quantity. I'm just going to set mine at 10. I don't actually craft that many. But it's very fast, and just keep going until you have your entire inventory of logs converted into lumber packs. Alright, now that I have all my wooden logs converted into lumber packs, I'm going to go ahead and create the foundation. You do this in a very similar fashion except for a bucket of mortar. I'm going to move those into your inventory, double click on them, and you have your two options here. I'm going to click foundation, of course, craft, and we are good to go. Alright, now we have these 30 lumber packs. Let's go ahead and do something with them. So now let's go ahead and move those into our inventory, and I'm going to build the main wooden components. I'm going to go ahead and build the 3 floors and then the 4 walls. So double clicking on them, go ahead and hit wooden floor, go to 3. I'm not sure if I have enough. Yeah, I do. I have enough in my inventory to make them. So I have my wood floors. Alright, and now we keep going until we have all of our lumber packs, with the exception of 2, transformed into the studded wooden walls. Wooden stud walls, rather. So we need 4 of those babies, craft, and we should have everything we need. Note, we'll have 2 left over. Those will come in handy later. Alright, and now on to the last piece with the frequency jammer. For this we'll need 2 electronic components and 2 salvage metal large. So go ahead and double click on the salvage metal large. Double clicking the electronic component will not work. So double click on that baby and you have the frequency jammer. Go ahead and craft one of those and we are done with the main components. We can actually start building now. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and put the frequency jammer up for now. We'll go ahead and grab our foundation and our 3 wooden floors. So let's move on over here, find this nice little spot. I'm just going to choose out here in the middle of the desert just because. So let's go ahead and put down that foundation. So to do so, what you're going to do is you're going to double click on foundation, go ahead and click on build, and you will see it pop up in front of you. As you can see here at the bottom of the screen, all you're going to do is press the 1 key on your keyboard to place it. Now one thing to take note of is make sure that you can actually see all 4, let me go ahead and get third person here, all 4 tops of the post. If you cannot, if you lay something on top of it, specifically if you snap it, it will not lay flat because it can't go through the ground to get to the top. It'll want to, but it will just stick up and it'll ruin the whole idea of the foundation. So just make sure that if you are on a hilly surface, you want to make sure you can see the tops of all 4 pillars. So in my case here in the desert, it doesn't matter, but just for future reference. So I'm going to go ahead and press 1 and it's going to set down. Notice the quarter circle that popped up. What that's indicating is the time until it is actually set in the world. At this point, if I were to say ran into it with that vehicle, it would move. When that half circle is done, the vehicle would move, not the foundation. So that's what that half circle indicates. So now that we have that going on, let's go ahead and put a floor on top of it. Double click on that baby and pop it up. Now you hit page up and page down to move items up and down. By default you will have snap selected, so what you can do is, for example on our foundation here, just move close to it and you'll see it will twirl into place. If you don't like the orientation of the wooden planks here, you can press the 3 key and it will change the orientation. This works with any item that can be snapped. So I think that'll do just fine. We'll go ahead and press 1 and set that baby down. Again, we'll notice the same quarter circle. Now, unlike the first time with the foundation, I actually will wait to do the walls because the floor is much more susceptible to be knocked off the foundation than the foundation to be moved. So I'm going to go ahead and wait on that. I'm going to go back to my vehicle while that's timing down and go ahead and grab my walls, and we can start building the rest. Alright, our timer is done and we can now start putting up our walls. So go in our inventory, get away from the vehicle. Aha. Get in here, get our studded wall, go ahead and build. Move to the location you want to snap to, press 1. It starts its timer. I'm going to go to the opposite side of the structure here to put our next one up. That way they don't interfere with one another before the timer is done, or it will go flying off and do all kinds of other unfun things. Oh, get up there, you booger. Got hit page up. There we go. 1 and done. Now I'm going to wait for the other 2 and go ahead and put the the last 2 walls up. Alright, now a quick note, just in case something goofy like this does happen, hope is not lost. What you can do is you can walk up to it, go ahead and press 1. You'll notice here at the bottom it will say build mode enabled, snap alignment, or if you hit 2 it'll be free, doesn't matter. Walk up to the item and press the space bar, and you'll see this circle appear. As soon as the circle is done, you'll pick the item up again and you can replace it. So we're going to do that here, and doing. Now just for a future reference, it does not matter if that first circle had finished, you can pick it up at any time. So we're going to go ahead and page up, place it back where it needs to go. It's a little too far, but we can live with it. And we're good to go. Moving on over here for the last piece. Doink, doink, and doink. And done. Alright, I'm now going to place the final 2 wooden floors. One of them is actually going to be our ceiling, our roof. I'll go ahead and put that one on first. Go ahead and just move that baby right on up there, twirl it into place, 1 and done. The last one I'm going to use as a ramp to actually get to the door. So we're going to snap it to one of the sides of the structure and we let gravity take over here. Oh, get back on there. And what this does, it creates a nice little ramp up to what will be our door. So now let's put some metal on these walls. Now the metal I'm speaking of is what's actually going to protect you from the elements, so to speak, or hopefully flying bullets and all that fun. What you'll need is you'll need the Savage Metal Smalls, and I'm going to go ahead and grab all of them. You'll only need 4 of them for this part, but what the other 2 will be for is actually creating the door. So what you do is you walk up to one of the walls, you're going to hit Control and I, or whatever button your inventory happens to be, and click Upgrade, and there you go. It'll go ahead and snap that metal on there for you. It only requires one metal scrap panel. And we'll go over here, Control I, Upgrade, and boom, keep going. Control I, and lastly Control I. Okay, so now we have a nice metal box and no way in, so we're going to fix that. Go ahead and walk up to whichever wall you want it to be your door. In this case, of course, will be my ramp wall. Go ahead and walk up, press Control I, Upgrade, and it's using a lumber, with one of those 2 lumber packs to create this opening. Go ahead and press Control I again, Upgrade. It's going to use one of the metal scraps as well as the last lumber pack to create the door. Now this is just simply a door, no locking mechanism, no nothing. All it is allows you to go in and out. Anybody can open this. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and hit Control I one last time. Well, it's a little finicky. Typical difficulties. It can be kind of a pain to get this menu to come up sometimes. There we go. Control I, Upgrade, and it actually put the lock on it. Use that electronic component and that last scrap metal to do so. So now, as you can see on my screen here, I have an unlock command instead of simply a open command. So go ahead and unlock it. You'll hear a little noise, and you can now open or lock the object. Alright, I actually spoke a little bit too soon when I said this door is truly lockable. Yes, it has a locking feature. However, anybody on the server can unlock or lock your door. And the reason that's the case is because you don't have a frequency jammer yet. So we're going to go ahead and build one. Building it is just like everything else in this example I've shown you. You just open your inventory, double click on it, and voila. Now this item actually does not snap, but you can place it anywhere. Now in this example, I'm going to put it on the roof just because it's a convenient place. However, in reality, you wouldn't want to do this. And the reason that's the case is because anybody can destroy this. just by shooting it with enough rounds. Something like 20 or so would probably destroy this. And so this specific base would not be ideal for trying to protect with your frequency jammer. For that simple reason that anyone can just destroy your frequency jammer and then open your base, and defeats the whole purpose. So you're really going to want somewhere where you can defend this, ideally a 2-story or larger building. Or if you decide to build in a prefabricated building, as long as you have a room in which you can defend this item, you're good to go. And that's going to be the best case scenario. You don't want to leave this just sitting outside of your base. You surely don't want it just sitting on the roof. And go ahead and set that down. You just want it somewhere where no one can touch it. Or easily touch it. Of course, explosives can get to it through a wall, but you just don't want it out in the opening as I have it now. So now this frequency jammer is now doing the 3 things I mentioned before. It's disallowing anybody else from building within 300 meters of me. It's allowing me to maintain the base, even though it would be kind of difficult to get to in its current predicament, but regardless, it will allow me to maintain my base so it won't disappear, as well as it makes me, and only me, and well, my subsequent group, able to open and lock my doors. That will also be the truth for any other door in this area. I have a couple of other example structures over there. They would be the same effect. This frequency jammer would prevent anybody else from opening or locking those doors, or anything else in the 300-meter radius. Alrighty guys, that is about it for today. We have our little box of doom here in the desert. I believe I've gone over all the basics today. However, I do want to make some more videos about the specifics of the building system, such as the frequency jammer there, and even the wooden components and the other ones and what they do and how they work. So, but thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, go ahead and post those down below for me. Feedback of all kinds, whether positive, negative, or neutral, I love it all. It makes me better, lets me bring better videos to you. But guys, that is it for me today. I am Frenzy from Dreaming of Power. If you'd like to come check out this server where this lovely rain and this little structure is, it is Dreaming of Power. Just search that in the Arma 3 launcher and come on by and we have a good time. So thank you guys for watching again. Have a nice day.